Alright, so as some of you may or may not know, I just recently built a new computer for gaming because I don't really need one for anything else. Um, Intel 3700 CPU, uh, MSI motherboard, MSI GPU, um, SSD, hard drive, no spinning disk, no spinning hard drives. And I played this game on it, and I can play this game at full settings and stream, record, use cameras without any hassles. Um, so I'm going to show off my railroad system here in a game I've got about 1,200 hours in. It's completed, but it you can go back and really dial things in later on. That's kind of what I've been doing. So, but yeah, here's my game. This is the first stop where I pick up steel beams. There's actually steel beams and iron pipe that are made in this facility over here. But I'm only picking up the steel beams. This is just extra, but I use them out in another facility, which you'll see in a moment. So the next ride we're going to take is going to take us out to the coal stop. Uh, all my aluminum process needs coal, so by the time I get back to my coal plant, I will already be out of coal, but there'll still be enough material in the machines. They'll still be emptying out before they run out completely, and then the coal will arrive again. So this one circuit um, kind of locked into that. If I had to put in any more stops or anything on my rail system here, then I'd have to add more trains or more cars. I could put another car on my train system, but I've been using three, and that's what a system of three works pretty good. So I was scrolling through the countryside here. As you can see, I've got factories on the right and the left. We'll come back to those later. Right now we're on our way to get our coal. So if you don't like roller coasters, you might want to look away for a few minutes. If you do like roller coasters, put your hands up in the air and hang on. Or don't hang on. I'd play some music for you guys, but you know, all the copyright bullshit, they don't allow you to play anything anymore, so except something you never heard of. What's the point in that? Okay. Off in the distance over there, you can see I have there's two miners drilling out coal. Off over here, a little setup just for spare rods and spare steel plates. And there's even a copper deposit down there if I need to hand make something out of copper real quick. As you can see, the computer farm's off. Awesome. Alright, we'll pull out of here. Now the area I started my build in is called the high desert area, and most of the materials I need are there, but not all, so some of them I have to come back into this area, which is called the swamp. And as we come into the swamp, you'll see my battery making facility, sulfuric acid being made in these refineries. On the right here, this is my drone port. 5 drones that basically they deliver material and batteries to other drone ports. Alright, so when we get here, we're going to dump out the steel beams, all the coal, and that's the swamp in front of us. Now we'll head back to the base. Early in the game, I wouldn't always empty out the coal here um, until I built the factory up a little bit. And so I would come back to the base here and it would empty out and sort out anything that didn't belong on the train. So basically what it would do, what I'd have leftover coal, and I would just use the smart splitter and sort it and run it into a sink and get rid of it. Get it out of my system before it goes into the wrong place and clogs your machines up and you have to delete your lines and put them back. And up over here to this upper area up there is my nuclear power plants and my waste management. This game actually reuse the waste at least once for your nuclear power. Alright, so then basically we'll stop here for a moment. There's nothing on the train, so nothing's going to happen. It's just going to dock for a moment. When it sees there's nothing here, it'll pull back out. And there's a sink, so anything that was on this train that didn't belong on this train would get fed into that sink right there, or the one back over there. Got a lot of factory back that way. Another factory that way. See the nuclear plants up there in the top. Looks like the sun's going down. Get some interesting colors in this game when it goes from light to dark. Some geysers over here, so I've got geothermal power as well. Coal burning plants, I've got 6 of them across the whole map. Here's the swamp again. That's my aluminum refinery. And then it comes down here. We can't see it, but it's behind these loading platforms when it gets processed back here. Lots of goodies going out of here. This is aluminum casings, alclad aluminum, and manufactured framework. That's not the right name, but that's something like what they are. There's my water extractors for my aluminum plants. There's where we just were. You can see the steel beams coming out. My drone port. My battery processing plant. I know this is not that exciting, but when you're building it all, it is. And when I first start here, this is nothing but just a desert landscape. Alright. And here we are back at the main base. off the train here. So how this works, these cars empty out. I've got conveyors. These are smart splitters, programmable splitters. Anything coming through here is sorted. Alclad aluminum sheet, nuclear pasta. Anything undefined goes out that way and into the sink. These are fast moving belts, so you can barely see what's on them, but there's stuff on there. Same with those. This is all storage. Early game, you need this because you're not using this material quite yet, but at the end of the game, you can see it just flies right on by. So that's how I get my stuff mixed up together. And then I have this whole area, but now it's nighttime and I'm trying to show you this, but so these are all smelters. And there's your mine down there bringing your ore up. These machines are turning the ingots into iron plates. These are iron plates, which feed over here into these machines, which make reinforced plates, which feed down this way to these machines, which make modular frames. And these machines over here make rods for the modular frames. And then there's more and more and more, and it goes on and on and on. Yes, glass walls, lights inside, ceilings. And there's my home. Or at least this is the place where every time I die I regenerate from. That's my game, that's my computer, that's how it works. Thanks for checking out my video. Leave me a comment, let me know what you think.